All right, back again with another maybe controversial how powerful is video because we're talking about Raiden. But, immediately have to go into webcomic spoilers for this one. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen, I suggest you check out now. Raiden's big, and he's defeated other big dudes of his stature. Now, apparently, since starting Super Sumo, he's won 700 matches and he's remained undefeated the whole entire time. So is this impressive? Should this matter? And I would say that yes and no. So we don't know how powerful these guys were. We only know how big they were. So despite them being that big, they could be, the strength of like C-Class heroes for all we know. But I'm going to be just a little bit generous with Raiden's history here. And I'm just going to assume that these guys were probably pretty powerful, maybe around like A-class level, because we can compare Raiden's competition history to like something like the martial arts tournament, the super fight tournament, something that Suiryu, Garo, Goketsu, and even Silverfang has come from. So going further, it says like ever since childhood, no matter what sport he was doing, whether it was with adults or whatever, he's never experienced a single loss. So, I mean, that's whatever. That could probably be said for a lot of the S-Class heroes. So, I mean, that's fine, but it's not really elevating him too much in my opinion. Now, going even further than that, has had one time a large monster tried to attack him while he was on vacation, and he swatted it to death with his bare hands. So, I mean, that's kind of an impressive story, but it's ambiguous, and it could be said for various levels of powers and individuals and stuff like that, right? Because you could probably hear that about, like, maybe even an A-class hero swatting a monster to death with their bare hands. I mean, it does say large, but, like, what does that mean? Was it a large tiger? Was it a large demon? We don't know. If they would have said, like, a demon or something, and then he swatted it with his bare hands, and it was a big demon, then, yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's showing us that, like, okay, for sure, S-Class level, and maybe even one of the stronger S-Class level dudes, but we don't have too much context on that, so it's kind of just like, okay, you're S-Class level, sure, there you go, bro, you did it. But, gotta go even further than that, because now, this is where things are going to get really interesting, and where the heavy speculation begins. So, McCoy says that in terms of pure battle prowess, he is the top of the class. So what does this mean exactly? Well, I'm sure we're all going to have different takes, but the way that I'm seeing this is that McCoy isn't saying that Raiden is the absolute strongest Neo hero, because I think that he probably would have said that instead of saying this the way that he did. And also, I don't think that's also implying that he is stronger than Blue. I've also done, how powerful is Blue, like I've mentioned. Please check that video out. But as it stands right now, I'm pretty confident that Blue is the strongest Neo hero overall. But this statement about pure battle prowess is at the top of the class. I think this means that Raiden is probably the physically most powerful, like strongest strength-wise Neo hero that there is. And we can kind of take this back to like Darkshine, who Raiden is more or less an analog of, and we've seen a few analogs in the Neo Leader so far, but Darkshine in like the S-Class. I'm sure something similar could have been said to this about Darkshine, before like the whole Garo stuff and all of that. Because like Darkshine, I don't know, consensus more or less, we saw him as being pretty much the strongest physical, like, S-Class hero. Like, we don't know what blast strength is like. But I think, at a certain time, it was fair to say that Darkshine was probably, in terms of pure battle prowess, at the top of the S-Class. Like, if he were to physically engage with someone, there probably isn't another hero that could really match him at that level. And, it's not saying that he can't lose, because obviously Silverfang schooled him, and so did Garo, but just overall in that one department, Darkshine's pretty much at the top, and in this case, Raiden is at the top here. So Blue's alleged energy manipulation abilities and overall power as a being is probably superior to that of Raiden's. But if we take away like Blue's energy manipulation and all of stuff like that, then Raiden is probably the top dog. So that right there is a good indication of Raiden probably being the second strongest Neo hero. Just taking a guess, but I think that's where it is right now. So like Blue, definitely number one. Raiden, until further notice, is probably number 2. So that wasn't even the juiciest thing to get into here, because we've got one more statement from McCoy, and this one is probably going to really trigger a lot of people, but let's get into it, because he says that our assessment suggests that he's even surpasses the Hero Association's S-Class level. So what does that mean? Again, this statement is going to draw a whole variety of people's opinions and how they see this. And I understand that. I get it. But the way that I'm seeing this is that I don't think this means that Raiden is like above Blast, because technically, you know, Blast would be the Hero Association's S-Class level. Tatsumaki as well. Metal Knight, all of them. So does that mean that he surpasses them? I don't think so. I think what this probably means is that the overall, like, prerequisite of what an S-Class hero is, like how to become one, what that level in a broad sense could be considered, which, I don't know, like Puri, Tank Top Master, Genos, Metal Bats, maybe them. Maybe that's what it's kind of insinuating here. It means that he is above them, because also, like, in this panel, we see, like, Child Emperor, Metal Bat, and Darkshine. They are clearly S-Class level, you know, according to the Hero Association as well. So I think this is saying that, like, Raiden is stronger than, like, a typical S-Class dude. Like, he's so much stronger than him that he's just above their level. So this might be putting Raiden into, like, that top tier of, like, power, even amongst the top tier of power. So, like, the strongest S-Class in the S-Class. Because you could probably say that Tatsumaki surpasses the S-Class level. You know, I think that's like a fair statement for her, right? Same thing for Blast, of course. So Raiden could be in there. So I'm not saying that Raiden's above Dragon, because that's not fair to say right now. We don't know. But we still do have one more thing to go into, and that is Raiden's encounter with Darkshine. So before he even locks up with him, he says that, like, hey, you know what? Everybody talks about how you're this super being. You have diamond skin. You're unbreakable. You've achieved, you know, the greatest level of physicality. Well, you know what? They said that about me too. So does this mean that, like, Raiden, at least in the hype world, is on the same level of Darkshine? Maybe, maybe not. But he's like, hey, you know what? Let's compare our strength. And he, like, locks up with Darkshine, like, kind of like a pro wrestling type of test of strength grip type thing. And it's so powerful, like, the ground is breaking around them. Darkshine immediately struggling with this. And then Raiden kind of pities him. And he's like, forget about it. It's not my intention to scare you. Sorry, you don't seem to be in the best condition at the moment. So Raiden is respectful. Clearly, he sees that Darkshine is having some serious internal issues at this point. I mean, do I really have to go over it? We all know what happened. Darkshine is clearly not at 100% here, but I don't really think this is diminishing Raiden's feat here too much. Darkshine is still Darkshine. He's still absurdly powerful. I think one pretty much proves that in this chapter when Mars Leo, like, accidentally punches him and breaks his friggin' wrist. So yeah, Darkshine's still, like, not a chump by any means. Still probably a high dragon. I think that's fair to assume. So given that Raiden is able to do this to Darkshine, in my opinion, I think this is one telling us that Raiden to himself, minimum, high dragon as well. Even, like I said, with Darkshine not being at 100% here, having the mental issues, I think this is like, come on, Raiden's got to be a high dragon. Especially what we just talked about before, surpassing S-Class level, top of the class in terms of battle prowess, locking up with Darkshine here. Who else could do this to Darkshine? Tell me. Obviously, Mars Leo ain't doing that. He broke his friggin' wrist punching him by accident. So what other hero or what other individual is going to be chumping Darkshine like this despite him in his fragile state? Not many, and if they do, they're probably high dragons or very close to that level of power themselves. I think that's fair to say, right? So that's where I'm at with Raiden right now. Not going to say he's above dragon, but I think he is definitely a high dragon and the second strongest Neo hero at that. But that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about Raiden in the comments. Do you disagree with this? Do you agree with it? Let me know. Let's keep it civilized. But if you liked the video, if it entertained you, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon that gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.